verify that it looks strange to me. We're gonna go to our training courses, HPT Gen 2, Mustang, and let's compare it to a stock GT Auto. This is in our training course folder under the sample files. There's obviously a lot of things different. We're interested in this load threshold, so let's click on this. Control 3, these are stock values. Control 2, these are the values that we have it at right now. So looking at that, looks like I bumped them down to 0.8, but the hysteresis here hasn't been changed. We have to drop below that to drop out of it. So that actually is not the most ideal. So, okay, I see what's happening here. Let's close the compare, and I'm gonna set the load to engage. Let's set this at 85, okay? And the hysteresis, we'll set this slightly below at something like, and the peak here, set this at something like 0.8, a little bit below that. Right here, even to 0.8. Okay, that should be good. This is gonna be what we have to decrease below in order for it to come out of optimal power. We want it to hang in optimal power. You might even want to set this at something like 0.78. So it has to transition above 0.85 to enter in. We could even set this at something like maybe 83, just maybe a little bit lower. We have to hit 83 load for it to transition into optimal power and the pedal input. And then in order to come out of it, we have to drop below their thresholds here. So that should be all good, just to tweak and adjust that just a little bit. So that should be good. I think everything here looks good. I'm probably gonna go after changing much else. The switchover happens pretty good. We know we're preparing ourselves, getting our cam angle pretty much in line where it needs to be to enter an optimal power and best drivability. So it looks like that transition is happening pretty good here. We could actually go to our third chart versus time and see this transitional behavior here and see how it's calling out the other points. So we're locking into 17, then we're transitioning into 18, transitioning some into 19, and then transitioning all into 20. So we see how it's calling out between all of those. It does that smooth transition, and it transitions back out again. So that looks good. So the VCT schedule looks good. I think our thresholds all look good. It's really gonna be more about drivability and seeing how the power feels. So if you want it to come on a little bit sooner, you might have to tweak and adjust your pedal inputs. For both power enrich and VCT schedule, you want them pretty much happening on top of each other. And you may need to adjust your load thresholds here. But I think our load thresholds make sense, because if we take a look, 83 is what we're commanding here. If we go back into the data log, we're gonna find, go into this chart versus time, let's zoom out just a little bit. We're gonna find here, we're at approximately 79, and give a little bit of throttle right there. It tips in, transitions over, yeah, economy, optimal power. And we probably could drop that down maybe a little bit to maybe something like 78, maybe just to get in a little bit sooner. It really depends on how it's going to be for driving. I think we're pretty good right now. So it's gonna be more just left on to coming off the dyno and driving it. But this should make sense of what we're looking for, making sure everything lines up and just getting that in order. That's gonna wrap it up here for taking a look at doing the transitional tuning as well as the O2 transport delay tuning. The next tutorial, we're gonna focus on doing our wide open throttle tuning. This should be pretty easy, making sure that we're commanding the correct spark timing, the fueling is good under full throttle, verifying that we don't have throttle closure, we're not doing any kind of, getting into any kind of odd torque sources or spark sources, and everything is operating and making good power. So that's gonna be where we end it here. Any comment or questions on anything we cover in this training module, post your comment or questions into the video comment section or into the private forum. I will see you guys now in our next training module.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.